to start by just talking about obviously the tragic situation with KHYREE. I haven't got
Rest in peace, KHYREE Jackson, man, for real. Rest in peace, KHYREE Jackson, forever, dog. SKOL Vikes forever. Play for Jackson, dog. Heavy, dog. Rock and roll for Jackson, dog. Fight for Jackson. You hear me?
a chance to speak publicly about it. You know, we're starting training camp and everyone's excited about that, but I think, you know, that situation puts a lot of things in perspective and definitely makes you realize there's a lot of things that are much bigger than football.
Facts, no cap, dog. A lot of things bigger than football. You hear me, homie? But at the end of the day, football is what they do. But I know these guys are probably hurting, probably shocked, still feeling emotions. You know, the Vikings tend to build a good player, solid rapport with their players, right? Unless it's all a fake and a gimmick, you hear me? But you can tell, you know, Brian Flores probably worked up, shaking up, dog, feeling bad, you hear me? But he got to keep moving forward, moving strong, dog. Being strong for his other players, homie. Be a tragic situation, man. Period.
So, you know, my deepest sympathies to his family and the families of the other two of his team, of his, you know, high school teammates who were killed in the accident as well.
Yo, to Vincent, facts, dog. Hey, Vincent, you feel what I'm saying, big dog? Facts, like, you can feel the energy. You can see the energy change, man. Like, they're dealing with so much, bearing so much, thinking about so much, right, dog? So much pressure on them. Then you got players, you know, KHYREE passing away. You got MEKHI, BLACKMON. I'm sure they're like, what's going on, dog? What the hell is going on here, man? What's the dilemma, dog? Why all this happening right now? You hear me? Heavy, dog. Like, come on, get a break here, get a break there, right? Like, man, but you see it, energy, homie. You see it, Dalton Vincent. I ain't the only one, dog. You hear it. It's a different shift change, a different demeanor change, man. They trying to stay up. They trying to stay positive, right? But damn, dog, I'm sure it's tough. I'm sure it's extremely tough. You know what I'm saying? It's just facts, homie. But shout out to them for just continuing to try to build this team, be the best they can be, dog. Gotta fight, homie, no matter what. I'm talking life in general, you hear me? Bigger than football, life in general. Never fold, gotta fight, dog, no matter what. Put your best foot forward, you hear me? Period, man. Be what it's going on.
Look, it was a short time with KHYREE, but you know, for me and really Durante and the defensive staff, we spent, you know, quite a bit of time with KHYREE during the draft process, starting at the Senior Bowl, meeting him there, spending time with him there, and Zoom.
Almost like you're getting choked up a little bit, right? Yeah. Almost like you're getting choked up a little bit, man. He getting sad while speaking about it, huh? Damn near seemed like what's going on to me. Let me know how you feel in the chat, man. Do it seem like Brian Flores getting a little worked up about it now?
30 visit, and then obviously when we got him here, we were really excited about him. I know me personally, I watched every snap of him last year at Oregon.
Of course they're excited. You will be excited. Sure, you should be excited, man. The size, credentials, speed, power, long stature, nature, long arms, physicality, experience, determination, attitude, dog, positivity, mindset, dog. You hear me? He had all that. KHYREE Jackson was on his way. You hear me? He was on his way to play, dog. You hear me? On his way to play. And I mean play ball. You hear me? Man, rest in peace to that guy, man. His soul find peace, dog. Heavy.
So I was really excited about coaching him, getting him here, and I think he had a bright future. So it's still something that gives me a pit in my stomach. Still something that I'm dealing with.
You can tell, like he about to say, he dealing with it internally. You can definitely tell internally, dog. Like it's hurting Brian Flores internally. You hear me, dog? You can tell he cared. You can tell he's hurt. Like he's barely able to speak right now, speaking about it, dog. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Like he's choking up as he speaks, dog. Like you can tell on the inside, he just wants to cry. He is crying heavy, dog. Crying heavy. You hear me? And you got punks out there like Rico knows. Like Rico knows punks out there like that punk, dumb chump punk Rico knows got the nerve to put his mouth, fix his lips to say something about Kyrie and he doesn't even know him, dog. And Brian Flores known him for what? Maybe a week, a few days. Get worked up about him, speaking highly about him. Heavy. Rico knows you're a true punk, a true clown, bro. You're an ass white. Rico knows, you hear me? You should get punched in your fat face, boy. Heavy. Point blank, period. Big SKOL here. SKOL Vikes forever. Rest in peace, KHYREE, dog.
Internally, you know, like this entire organization is, like I know his family and friends are, but I hope they can take a little comfort in knowing that he certainly impacted a lot of people in a very positive way, and you know, he's going to be missed, and we're going to honor him with how we go about our business on a daily basis.
Let's go, man. Let's go, dog. Play for KHYREE, dog. No cap, man. Play for KHYREE, dog. Heavy, man. Let's get him. Love that shit.
What are you emphasizing to your players right now, and what are you closely evaluating before passing on?
You know, I think when you get into training camp, it's all the fundamentals. It's all the little things. You know, at the end of the day,
it's not rocket science. Sometimes it's simple, right? We know some coaches try to make it rocket science, right? But we know it's simple, dog. What did he say? The basics, the mechanics, the techniques, harping on the techniques, man. Doing something perfect, you hear me? Not rocket science once again, but it's about getting the basics, dog. Heavy. Get perfect at the basics, right? Period, man.
There's a small margin for error in NFL games, so it really comes down to the little things. So
the little things matter, the subtle things matter, huh? The things you may not think are important as a player matter, dog. Make a difference, you hear me?
Alignment, footwork, hand placement, just those fundamentals, those techniques. You know, we had a conversation yesterday about, you know, your eyes, and your eyes tell, you know, send a signal to your brain, and your brain tells your body what to do, and your
reaction time, etc. Yeah, facts.
You know, your body does what it's trained to do. So that's what individual technique and fundamentals is about. It's about training your body to react a certain way to whatever movement you're working on that particular day. So there's a lot of focus on that. Our communication, our understanding of the schemes that we're putting in.
And it's a brand new scheme. So I'm sure they're going to learn it a lot quicker, because for a lot of guys, it's natural practice, right? Second year of the regime. So it should come faster. Of course, you have things you have to tweak, improve upon as far as the scheme in general. You know, the guys coming off a break, etc. But they're going to be prepared and be ready faster, right? So they're going to perform at a higher level. And you got some new guys in some new spots. You got Van Geekel, Cashman, but they're true veterans. They can adapt, they can learn. Jonathan Grenard, Dallas Turner, he's a rookie, but it's roll tide full of pride. He will be prepared, dog. And if not, he'll be a backup, whatever the case may be. But guys will be prepared, and I'm glad Brian Flores is in his second year with the regime, and he can really coach his guys up now. Huh? He can really coach these guys up, have some consecutive years with them, and really see how they get out. Even with still a lack of talent in certain areas, you believe in Flores, right? If anybody can turn it around, Flores can turn it around, huh? You hear me?
Why we're doing it, how each individual.
Whoa, hold on. Muhammad Sahil, is that real, big dog? Hold up. Pause, breaking news. Is that real, Muhammad? Because if so, I'm going to get to that later. Bro. We're going to stay on track, on task. But if that's real news, because we here, baby, big SKOL here. I just got a report. Cornerback Griffin got hurt. Muhammad Sahil, I need you to go let me know if that's real news or false news, dog. I must know quickly and swiftly. Muhammad Sahil, let me know. You hear me, big dog? Let me know, baby. Much appreciated. 1,000. Anybody else in the chat who know? Let me know, dog. Quickly and swiftly. You hear me? I must know, dog. Let's get him. Is that real news? Is that real news? We're going to check it out. Let's finish this up, bro.
Role within it, why it's important, how it affects other people. I think when you kind of start to get into the nuances of that in detail, that's what training camp's about, because you have the time and on the practice field and in the meeting room to really dive in and go through it. You know, I think our staff, you know, has done a great job, you know, really, you know, talking more OTAs and in the spring, just putting together a curriculum that, you know, we feel like gives the players the best opportunity to learn and really gain knowledge and understanding. So I know that was a lot. I'm not sure if I really answered your question, but
I mean, it just I'm gonna check into that. I'm gonna check into that news later, Muhammad. But yeah, man, what did they expect them to say? It's a tough time right now, a tough situation, but it's about the basics. It's about developing, zoning in, getting mentally focused, you know, learn the playbook, learn the defense, implement his scheme, and that's just what it is, bro. On top of dealing with the situations and injury, dog, and the tragic events that have occurred. It's about keep pushing, stay positive, dog. Keep pushing it forward.
There's a lot going on in training camp, so I can't, you know, it's not one or two things. It's like 75 things going on at the same time, and we're trying to, the word's not even evaluate, it's more just teach. That's what this time's about.
I'm glad he said that, man, because that's what it's about, teaching, and that's what Brian Flores does well. That's what he does very well, right? He teaches, at least from what we've seen his first season in, he's a great teacher, dog. If he wasn't, the Vikings defense wouldn't have been much improved last season, bro. You hear me? But I'm glad he's teaching the basics again, teaching responsibility, dog, teaching maybe gratitude, being thankful, being grateful, taking nothing for granted, dog, teaching, you know, chemistry, man, brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? Trust, loyalty, man, just bringing it all together, bringing it all in, you hear me? Bring it all in, dog. Build that real chemistry. Because as we all know, I don't care how much talent you got, dog. You ain't got chemistry on your team, your talent don't have chemistry to match, it's a wrap, bro. We see it all the time, dog, in many sports, every sport, dog, around the board. I don't care how much talent you got. If your team ain't together, focused as one unit, you ain't going nowhere, homie. Delton Vincent says no report on that. Much appreciated. Maybe no need for concern. Gary, shout out Gary, man. Yeah, Griff rolled ankle. No word on severity. Hopefully it's something simple, man. Hopefully it's nothing major. I'm sure if it was major, they would have blasted it throughout all the media, right, dog? If it was a torn ACL or something serious or impactful. So probably just a little bruise, banged up. He probably got to sit out, you know, the rest of the week or something, dog. Play it smart, though. The Vikings must play it smart, heavy. Let's get back into it, baby. Let's go. You in the chat, like it up. You in the chat, like it up, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell.
Talked a little bit today about how there's not really a playbook for coaches dealing with something like KHYREE and just kind of trying to get through it emotionally and also lead a team through it. Is that something you've been through before at all, or is there a way that you kind of go about kind of doing your job while trying to grieve and process things for him?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's a tragic situation. Everyone's going to grieve and grieve in their own way.
Facts. Everyone grieves differently, dog. Some people grieve later. Some people grieve forever. You hear me? Some people cry. Some people scream, yell, show anger, dog. Get depressed, but you got to keep fighting through all that, even through the grieving, man. It's more easier said than done, right? You hear me? Self-talk daily. You hear me? Even through whatever, dog. You got to fight, homie. It's part of the process, man. Part of the journey in all aspects, homie. You know what I'm saying? And the Vikings, yeah, man. Shout out Gary for the info. Shout out Gary for the info. No more injuries, dog. Shout out Gary for the info. Heavy. You got to keep pushing, keep fighting, homie, through it all, no matter what. Real life in general, you hear? Big SKOL hit, man. Shout out B Flow. Shout out Brian Flores. Glad he is a defensive coordinator, dog.
I know I'm doing that. You know, as far as with players, you know, there's been some some situations that I've been through in my career that are similar. You know,
so he lost players, probably players he was closer to. So he's probably felt the pain, you know, experienced going through the pain, fighting through it, pushing through it, you know, giving it time. But it just is what it is, man. It's tough. It's tough. There's no way around it. How will you handle it? How will you handle it? But you can tell it's eating him up. It's eating him up, huh? You can see it in his face, through his shades, huh? His demeanor, his energy, huh? Yeah, man. You know it's hurting Flo right now. He ain't gonna break down at the podium. He's trying not to, at least. And we know the media, they're so focused on the questions about KHYREE, dog. Heavy, huh? I guarantee they don't ask one time about Dwight McLaughlin or another young rookie. I bet they don't ask about how Andrew Booth is doing. You hear me? Jay Ward, etc. Now, if they do, all right, I was wrong, but I guarantee they don't, dog. I guarantee they will continue to ask questions about KHYREE and MEKHI BLACKMON. They will dwell on the negativity, huh? Instead of shift it to positivity. You hear me? Point blank, period, dog. They'll switch it up a little later, but they're going to emphasize those certain questions, homie. It just gets annoying, irritating at times, you hear me? Heavy, man.
Kendrick Norton is one that that comes to mind immediately. But yeah, they're I think it puts things in perspective. And what you love to see is the outpouring of support that's come not just from the people on this team, but really the entire league. I can't tell you how many text messages I got from coaches, throughout the league. So you feel that brotherhood.
Facts, man. Shout out to the coaches around the NFL, college football. So even amongst the hate and the bigots and the haters, etc., running their mouth up, the Rico knows type dudes who should get punched in their face right now. It's good to see guys out there showing love, showing respect, throughout the NFL, right? Heavy, huh?
That fraternity, which is what's special about, coaching and playing in this league. We're all in this together. But yeah, the grieving part of that, that's still ongoing. Speaking for myself, I have my moments where, I get down, it's, when you think about all that he had been through to get to this point, that's, a lot of what I loved about the player. I think there's a lot of adversity that goes on.
Facts, man. Just his grind, dog, his fight, how he never gave up. And you get that close, but yet so far, dog, that close right there, and boom, bam. Question a lot makes you question certain things just about the world in general, huh? On a day-to-day basis, dog, like what's really real, huh? Heavy, homie. But I'm sure he's in a better place, dog, period. But it's a sad situation, sad story. And like I say, I don't want to hear about it. It was his time, this and that, dog. Nah, cap, homie.
For 3.5 hours on Sundays that we all love to watch, and for a guy to I think part of just my process of evaluating players is how are they going to deal with adversity, where are they going to pull it from, and he's
he dealt with it from all angles, dog. He dealt with it from all angles, you hear me, homie? Dealt with it, fought through it. Even when he wanted to give up, right? Cave in. He kept going, homie. The Vikings gotta keep going too. You hear me? Damn, dog. Rest in peace, homie.
I think each one of us individually, whenever we're going through something, we think about the times we overcame something else, and it could have nothing to do with football, but he certainly had some things in his life that I thought were going to help him or propel him to doing some great things.
Right, it's different because it's an injury, but you MEKHI BLACKMON as well, so another person down for you. How have you talked to him, how he's dealing, and how are you guys doing?
Yeah, obviously he's it's a tough injury, and tough injury, tough time. He was excited. He had just worked back to get back out here. He worked extremely hard to get back out on the field, he played banged up last year for us.
Yeah, he another dude, man. Fought through a rookie season, tough rookie season, but solid rookie season as well. Fought through the obstacles, dog. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks, but it's part of the game. Man. Gotta keep growing, homie. That's it, period, man.
And we, I was excited about, watching him come back in year 2, more comfortable, more understanding, more knowledge, more experience. I thought we were going to see a different version of MEKHI, a better version of MEKHI. And quite honestly, I think we'll see that moving forward. And that's what I told him yesterday. To me, I think 10 years from now, this will be a blip in the.
At Fiverr, we offer 3D rendering services, but you probably
but just a bump in the road over the course of his journey throughout the NFL.
Sat back for a major comeback year. It's sad, it's tough, it's rough, but hopefully he can bounce back and come back stronger, dog. Another opportunity, man. Another opportunity, dog. Injuries suck, but man, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. ACL injury, dog. We just being real. An ACL injury, homie, you hear me? That's not an easy recovery. Not an easy recovery, dog. Period. Especially for a cornerback. Come on, man. He can do it though. It can be done, homie. I just hope he keeps his mental right.
That was my message to him yesterday. I know he'll attack the rehab and get himself back, ready to go. I'm telling you, I'm sure in December he's going to say I'm ready to go, or somewhere in there. But MEKHI is a fierce competitor. He's very talented. He's exactly what we're looking for in a Viking, and it's a tough loss, and we all feel it. But he's got a great support system with his family, and we're part of that. So we'll be reaching out and checking in on him and making sure he's doing well. But it's tough for a young guy to really. They put a lot into it, and for it all to kind of get taken away, just like that. Again, it puts things in perspective, but also.
Yeah, man, put a lot in perspective, right, dog? And that's the cliche thing to say. Huh? A lot of people say it, put things in perspective, don't take this and that for granted, but some people still do, homie. But at the end of the day, MEKHI Blackmon, he got to bounce back, and the next man got to step up, dog. Just the way the business goes, the way the NFL, homie, you hear? That's just the way it rocks, dog. You know what I'm saying?
So, for him.
I told you, straight course in MEKHI Blackmon, KHYREE, MEKHI Blackmon, KHYREE to MEKHI Blackmon. Second course done in a row. Something about somebody being injured, MEKHI Blackmon, I get it, but how many questions you going to ask about the man? Can we get to the positivity? Can you ask about the other young players? I'm just asking. I just want to know. How about asking about his D-line? What are his plans for the D-line, his interior, his trenches? See what I'm saying about the media, dog? They ask certain questions. Certain questions they don't ask, dog. It's cap, bro. It's all cap. How about you ask him about them weak trenches up front? If he does, why does he believe in the guys up front, the players that they bring in? Heavy, dog. Ask him how does he feel about his front interior D-line? Ask the questions, media. Ask the real question, dog.
It's tough. It's tough for us, but I'm thinking about him, and I think, but he'll bounce back. Like that's the kind of kid he is.
How does that change about what you still have at that position, and what remains personnel wise?
I think I like our room. I like everyone at every position. So
now you can say, of course, he would say that. That's the thing to say, and that's the politically correct thing to say. Right? He likes everyone at the position, of course. He likes this guy, like that guy. You hear me? That's the right thing to say. That's what you expect Brian Flores to say. But if Brian Flores could be real, he can be real. It's just his choice. But if you want to really go into detail about it, you can't blame him for not doing it. But I'm sure he would say like, hey, man, it's a tough spot right now. Some guys I believe in, some guys I don't. That's just what it is. We got to see what can happen. You hear? Would he be wrong for saying I don't believe in maybe but 1, 2, 3 of my cornerbacks? Would he be wrong for saying it? No. But what? The people are bashing. Players will be mad, get into their feelings, dog. Oh, Brian Flores. Oh, he says this. He disrespects the Viking player. He says he don't believe in his players, his cornerbacks. Come on, bro. So he got to say that, right? And he may believe in some of his personnel, but I'm sure he's not He's not old, just so happy, dog, about his cornerback situation right now. You hear me? His depth chart, dog. Ain't no way in hell you can say Brian Flores is happy about the situation in his fucking quarterback room. You hear me? Stop capping. Let's not be delusional, dog. Of course.